Okay. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
We're here to talk about something super exciting today. It is, first of all, Giving Tuesday, and on this very special Giving Tuesday for 2023, I think we're all very excited to announce a campaign that is launching just today for Mabie Playground. We have the opportunity for members of our community to purchase brick pavers, a game table, and benches that will support the Mabie Playground Transformation Project. And I think it's a super amazing opportunity that people should take advantage of. So today I'm joined by a great group of people. Mayor, you want to kick off our introductions?
Sure. Thank you, David. Thank you for putting all the work into this. My name is Nora Radist. I'm the mayor of Summit for about another month. And we're here to share these exciting information about Mabie Playground.
Thanks, David. Mark Ozorowski, the Director of Community Programs. I've been with the city since 1999, and this is a super exciting project that we're looking forward to finally complete at some point in the next year.
Delia Hamlet, I am a council member for Ward 1 in Summit, and this committee that is involved in the recreation project is one of my main committees.
Sharon Clark, Community Programs Advisory Board member, been a resident of Summit since 1986, and as everybody said, super excited about the opportunity to talk to you about Mabie Playground.
So today, we're going to make this fun. We're going to do a little bit of talking about Giving Tuesday, a little bit of talking about the playground, and what everybody can expect. So, Mayor, you've been with us for 8 years as our mayor. I think we've loved every minute of it. Could you tell us a bit about, on this Giving Tuesday, why, in your opinion, it is so important to give back to the community when you're able to?
Okay, well, we all know we have a wonderful, wonderful community. People that volunteer like crazy. They provide opportunities for their neighbors, for their children, for their parents. I think it's a wonderful community. However, it's our responsibility as the governing body and the mayor to provide the physical infrastructure for us to gather. I am so proud of this building. We're in the community center on 100 Morris Avenue. This building was opened just before COVID, and we had all kinds of plans for what was going to happen in this building. Little did we know that we'd be giving out thousands and thousands of vaccinations here and come to support the community in ways in which we never envisioned. Had we not had the foresight and the prior council to vote on this and to approve the budget for this building, we would not have been able to support our community during that crisis. The council approved, the city paid for much of the building. We were able to raise over $1 million to help support the additional things that we wanted in this building. So I think the same thing is true with Giving Tuesday for Mabie Playground. That playground, there's been a playground in that location for 100 years. The one that's there now was built in 1997, approximately. I think they started then. A big funder of that playground at the time was the Junior League. Again, another opportunity for someone to give back and to help our community. And so here we are. This playground needs work, and we need to provide the opportunity for children, teenagers, and adults and seniors to come together and enjoy the space. And again, it's our responsibility to provide the physical infrastructure. So that's what I'm excited.
And the physical infrastructure is going to be great. I think we've developed an amazing plan that I think is going to serve Summit's community really well. So, Councilmember Hamlet, you've been working on the site plan development for a year with us now. Can you tell us what the main goals of working with our engineers and our playground developers were in making the site plan that has been now made available to the public?
Sure, and thanks, David. I will say that I can't take any of the credit. I'm a brand new council member, and although I've been facilitating, it's this crew here who's really been doing all the legwork, and I'm just so impressed with what I walked into. So thank you for all your hard work. This playground will be the first ADA accessible and sensory playground in Summit, which is just truly exciting. This playground will also be an intergenerational park for all ages, for everybody in Summit to enjoy. And this playground will also be in compliance with the master plan and will maintain the history of the park. So I think that it's in the center of our town. It's exciting, and it really needs some improvement. And we're almost there. And I'm so excited to be a part of Giving Tuesday to actually start to make this a reality and make the community members feel a part of this by donating and being a part of it.
Talking about making the community members feel a part of it, Sharon, you have worked on several committees in the city, including the Youth Advisory Council, back in the early 2000s, ran the center up on Walnut Street. So the children of Summit are very near and dear to your heart, and you know that a lot of collaboration goes into it. So why is it, when working on a project like this, so important to solicit community feedback?
Well, I think because it is part of the community, it is the way we do business in Summit, to involve the community members in what we're doing. Of course, you have the really hard work of the staff at the community center and the advisory board and Delia and the mayor. But it really is all about the community. And we took several opportunities to make sure that we had done all the research to craft a plan that would be worthy of the community and to present it. We had an open house, I guess a month ago on the Village Green. We're able to, and we had subsequent conversations with proximate neighbors, and all that gets reflected into being able to deliver a playground that really meets the needs of all the members of the community.
So talking about input from the community, the neighbors, we worked with obviously the DCP Advisory Committee, but also there was a playground subcommittee. So I want to give a huge shout out to Carrie Ralph Baker and also Catherine Honold-Riggy, who have been working very intimately on this project. So Sharon, we took a very interesting trip around the state of New Jersey. Do you want to tell everybody about our trip that we took around the state?
So we had a field trip on a very hot day, as I recall. David had, through his connections, identified 5 award-winning playgrounds in the area. And so Mark drove us, bundled up into the van, and had an opportunity to get out. I didn't go on any of the equipment because I'm a little too old for that. But
Never too old for play.
well, but it really gave us an opportunity to see, you can have the renderings, you can see the pictures of the equipment, but until you see it as it all comes together and kids there actually playing, it brings the vibrancy to the playground that belongs in Summit. And I think most notable of those was the trip to Wayne. It's a beautiful site, and we were able to really craft a plan with Suburban that reflected all those best elements so that it's 100% accessible. All our playgrounds are accessible, but this is 100% accessible and has a sensory development elements that really are important, as we say, that we can reach all children in the community.
And I think it's really important that you drive home that point of it being 100% accessible, because there's a huge difference between being ADA accessible and meeting the ADA standard and really being a fully ADA accessible playground. And that's what we've developed, and I think we're super proud of it. Mark, so obviously we have some grants out there. There's a super exciting one coming up with the DEP, the Jake's Law Playground Grant, which should really bring us very close to our goal. But right now we're in the fundraising part of this campaign. So can you tell us about where we were a little bit before this, how this all started, and where we're going, when we can expect groundbreaking and grand opening?
Sure thing. Thanks, David. Thanks, everybody up here today. We couldn't be doing this without you guys. So back in 2019, when I became the director, one of my major goals, along with our staff, as well as the mayor and the council, was to improve our playgrounds. COVID came into play, so we were delayed with a lot of the things that we were hoping to get accomplished. We hired an engineering firm called Suburban Consulting. They started in March of 2022. We've been working with them for the past year and a half, developing concept plans for all of our playgrounds. They also did assessments for all of our playgrounds, and we're at a pretty good point at this point. We're close to finalizing plans for Mabie. We've got $600,000 in capital money towards this playground. We have close to $200,000 in grant money, with the potential of more coming in. And today's, Giving Tuesday, so it's a great day to get started to help with our fundraising campaign. From a timeline perspective, we're hoping to start this maybe late summer, early fall. Possible completion at the end of the year, but most likely the spring of 2025.
That's awesome. I think it gives everybody something to look forward to. So we know that a buzzword of our conversation today has been accessibility, intergenerational ADA compliant. Do we all have something that we're really looking forward to in particular with the playground? I know I love the dual lane zip line. I think that's going to be a great feature. Anybody else have something that really stands out?
Well, for me, as the proud grandmother of three grandchildren, I think the idea that this is intergenerational is really terrific. I mean, I take the kids to the playgrounds, and I need a place to sit. I can't. They can run around for an hour, but I want to sit, but I want to sit comfortably. I want to feel that this is a place where they can come in, they can see me, and they can come in and out. I think that the fact that our surface is a pour and play, which is very, very important. Not every child is as nimble as the next. So one of my grandchildren falls quite a bit, and it's so that's wonderful. I think it's great. We have the basketball courts so the younger people can play basketball, and even some. I see some guys in their 40s, 50s out there, and it just make it. Again, I go back to what I said about the physical infrastructure. Provide a place to come together. And if we learned nothing from COVID, it's that we really want to be with people. And I think this is a wonderful opportunity that hopefully there'll be some picnic benches, and it fits in beautifully with the Village Green. So the fact that it is intergenerational is my personal favorite aspect.
Love that.
For me, I was actually sat there yesterday for about an hour, and I looked at the terrain of Mabie, and it's really hard to get not only a stroller around from point A to point B, but I'm looking forward to just having access. And the exciting thing that we haven't mentioned here is we're also doing complete improvements to the entire Village Green through the transit grant. So not only is it going to be accessible for the playground, but it's going to be more accessible to the train station as well. So that whole area is just going to be super accessible. And having a mother who was in a wheelchair for most of my life, I've been certainly really excited about having accessibility for everybody there.
Mark, Sharon, any pieces you're looking for?
I think the fact that, to build on Nora's point of view, is the fact that it is in the Village Green. It is in the heart of the downtown, which would bring from all points of our community together. We have other playgrounds, and the playground master plan, if you will, we will get to them over the years. But this is really right in the heart, and so that's exciting.
It's welcoming, and I think we have our schools. Our elementary schools all have playgrounds, but sometimes I don't think people think they can play there out of school hours, and people that are in those communities. And this is it's open to everybody, and those playgrounds are as well. But it doesn't feel that way.
I'm looking forward to having the area where Summit Avenue fences, providing hopefully more trees there and just making it prettier. I think that when you look at cars going by all the time, we're going to make it a lot nicer, hopefully. So I'm excited about that as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much else I can say. I think the three of you covered it all, but I'm just excited to get this rolling and see the finished product.
Yeah, and I think we're right there. We got this grant, we move on, and then super exciting. So
don't forget, please give what you're able to give. We all help support each other in this community, and by supporting each other, we are lifting up our community.
So I'm going to do a quick rapid fire round of questions for everybody. Sharon, how do you think our fundraising is going to go? If you had to predict, we have some events that are going to be planned next year, maybe a walkathon, maybe a basketball event, throwing it back to what they did in the 70s when they were raising for the first playground. How do you think, or the second iteration of the playground?
I think it's going to be a super success. The plaque for the dedication of Mabie says a community gift to the children of Summit. And we have an opportunity for the community to continue that gift. And we have an extraordinarily generous community. So there's not a doubt in my mind that we will be very successful. And thank you, everybody, in advance.
Mark, turning to you, maintenance is a huge thing that people are concerned about. How well are we equipped to make sure that this playground remains a premier destination within the city?
Well, we have a great relationship with Public Works, and I'm basically on the phone with them every day, whether it's our athletic fields, whether it's the parks and playgrounds, whether it's the pool, whether it's the golf course. We have a great department. The guys work hard. They will be monitoring that on a weekly basis. They pick up garbage there 3 days a week, and if they see anything that's wrong, they will contact me, and we will take care of the problems. So I have full confidence in our staff.
Councilmember Hamlet, you're brand new to council this year. Biggest project of the year, arguably, that you've been working on?
Absolutely.
I think just getting the feedback from the community. It's, our ideas are always great, but hearing from the community and putting all of your ideas into the plan is really what matters. So we appreciate everybody coming out to the open house. We look forward to more feedback, but really it's involving the community and making it a reality.
And Mayor Radis, 8 years of projects within Summit. What sets this project apart?
That I really can't believe that this would be a hard sell for anybody. I mean, who says no to playgrounds? Honestly and truly. And no matter whatever you give, you can contribute as much as you're able. We all understand everyone's got different priorities and scales. But what makes this so exciting is that I am going to be so pleased because I'm leaving the office, but I'm not leaving Summit, to drive by and see kids out there and grandparents, and I'll be there. So come see me.
So buy a brick, buy a game table, buy a bench, support Mabie Playground, and happy Giving Tuesday, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for everything.
Bottom left.
There we go, thanks. And